something's not right. You can feel it. A deep hum under the surface of our daily lives. It's clear the game is rigged, the system is broken, biased by design. They call it imbalance. They say it's the way of the world. But me, I've seen this world. I've seen it bent, twisted, manipulated, programmed. The world doesn't go wrong by accident. It goes wrong because it benefits some people. The scales of justice and opportunity are deliberately weighted. This world is a rigged scale. Lives are weighed with cold numbers. A loss here, a gain there. And when you cry out, no one listens, because the walls are made of silence, built to make you forgotten. Some are born with too much, others with almost nothing. But this imbalance isn't random. It's thought out, calculated. Misery is a decision made by those who, sitting somewhere, believe that some must suffer so others can be happy. Every crisis has an author. Every war has a financier. Every famine has a beneficiary. Behind the suffering, there are names, choices. And those who suffer are not the ones who decide. We see it in the headlines, in the tired eyes of our neighbors. It's not nature. It's a plan for the benefit of a privileged few. We're born into this machine, where we're taught to chase success on a ladder that was never meant to be climbed. The program keeps us moving, distracted, competing for scraps. And while some kids count drops, others count profits, and the programming continues. It's not a bug. It's the source code ensuring the powerful stay powerful. Inequality is the axis of our world, so obvious we've learned to ignore it. Some people believe the majority must suffer while they live a life of luxury filled with waste and heresies. We numb ourselves with entertainment, hoping our turn will come. But what if every tragedy was a calculated outcome and not just bad luck? The system isn't failing, it's succeeding at what it was built for. The towers of wealth cast long shadows over those left behind. Somewhere the architects are watching, satisfied that the program is working as planned. I've lived through 3 wars. None of them were mine. They were decided in cold rooms with pens sharper than guns. They told us, it's for your own good. But it was their wealth they protected, not ours. Before the current government, everything seemed better. The president acted like a patriot. Today I fear we have become a puppet state. Why is there nothing left? No water, no rice, no laughter. Mom said it was fate. But who is fate? Fate, my child. That's what they call the shadow of men in suits. Those who write laws for lands they will never set foot on. Those who decide who will live and who will pick up the crumbs. So they knew they wanted this? Yes, some knew, some did everything to make sure nothing changed. Poverty is profitable. Suffering is a tool. They call it the economy. A god that demands our sacrifices. But this god has priests who live well from our offerings, writing the rules for their own gain. I wake up early to sell gum to cars, sometimes earning enough for bread. Despite the difficulties, I keep hope and smile because a smile can brighten someone's day. I cherish the small joys and dream of going to school, discovering the world beyond my street. I move forward every day, hoping for a better future. Be brave, my child. God remains all-powerful. They told us it was destiny. They say it's unavoidable, that it was too complicated for us to understand, that the world is naturally this way, but nature doesn't create borders. It doesn't choose who starves and who throws away bread. These are human hands, invisible, powerful, programmed to dominate. Behind every crisis there's a signature. Behind every famine, a prophet. Behind every war, every problem, a signed contract and the new leader chosen. They say a rising tide lifts all boats, but most of us are just trying to stay afloat. Instability and fear keep us obedient, too busy surviving to question the system. Those who built the ship are safe on shore, selling tickets for the next trip. They preach austerity while giving away fortunes to those who caused the crisis. The system privatizes profits, socializes losses, and burns us as fuel. We are programmed to see each other as threats, not as comrades. While we blame each other, the real architects strengthen their fortress. The biggest trick, convincing us that the system is natural and not a calculated theft. Her name is Amara. She sits in a community center, far from home. Before the armed men came, my sky was blue. I had a garden, flowers, a kitchen that smelled of warm bread. My life was rich with community, and we always had enough to eat. Then the planes came, sent by men who wanted the minerals under our soil. They flattened our village, we ran, we fled. And when I asked why, they told me, it's geopolitics. I don't know that word, I only know hunger and fear. It wasn't a mistake, it wasn't an accident. Someone, somewhere made that decision. They also called it liberation. For us, it was the end. I held my daughter's hand as our village burned. They took our homes, our past, our future. Now I am a refugee, a label that erases who I was. Here, I am a problem to manage, a statistic. People don't see the life I had, only the loss I carry. My being here is tied to their comfort over there. Their phones, their fuel, they live off the resources my people died for. I dream of going home, even if my village is gone. I want to plant a new tree, to tell my story so people understand. Your peace is built on my war, your wealth on my poverty. My pain isn't random, it was a price someone else decided was worth paying. I pay it every day. I just want my sky back.
Frank stands in front of the quiet factory gates, 30 years of work gone. They called us family, but we were just numbers on a balance sheet. One day, a stranger read out cold words. Restructuring. Globalization. You're fired. They shut everything down. Not because things were bad, but because they found it cheaper, over there, far away, where children sew for 2 coins a day. They call it economic efficiency. Me, I call it betrayal. I was told we cost too much, but I didn't change the rules, I just lost my job. There have been many job losses because of the tax systems put in place by politicians, and it seems some don't plan to cut government spending, yet we, the workers, were the ones who carried the weight of these decisions. They moved jobs overseas for cheaper labour, wiping out our lives with a signature. The betrayal isn't just about money, it's about being thrown away. You build your identity around your work, then it's gone in an instant. They tell us to adapt to a world where loyalty means nothing. They didn't just close a factory, they broke a community. I want justice, not revenge. I want them to see what they've done. The market isn't natural. It's a system designed for their benefit. They pit workers against each other, driving down wages everywhere. They call it efficiency. I call it theft. They stole our jobs, our dignity, our future, and programmed us to blame ourselves.
10-year-old Leo moves through the busy streets, selling gum to get by. He dreams of places where kids have warm beds and full tummies. His mom says they're poor because God wants it that way, but he sees rich people and wonders why. The priest says the poor are blessed, but hunger feels like a punishment. Leo's dream is simple, to buy real shoes for his mom, to see her smile. Maybe one day, he'll go to school and learn why the world is like this. He keeps a small stone in his pocket, a treasure found in the dirt. Even in hard times, he looks for beauty. A flower in a crack, a kind smile, the color of the sky. His mom tells him to always look for the good things. That's how they get by. These little things are his, beyond the program's control. They are hope in a world that gives little. These are the parts of the program that can't be programmed.
Why so much suffering? Why so much unfairness? A world where suffering is just another budget item, because it's useful. Fear is a tool, poverty is a business. And while you struggle, they profit. Because fear makes money. Poverty is a useful cycle. It keeps the machines running, no questions asked. Every hungry child supports a market. Every war opens a contract.
Digital noise, a new voice, Cassandra, the hacker. Every system has a weakness, and she's good at finding them. The programmer built their world on secrets and lies. She will bring them to light. They think no one is watching, that their language is too complex for us. But we read their codes, we expose their crimes. One by one, we connect the dots. And soon we'll pull the plug. He controls the official channels, but information wants to be free. She will decentralize the data, give it back to the people. Offshore accounts, secret deals, buried truths, it's all in the data. In a system built on theft, the one who exposes the thieves is called a criminal. She will flip the script. Transparency for the powerful, privacy for everyone else. She seeks neither fame nor money. The code is wrong and it needs to be debugged. Noise can become a signal strong enough to crash the system. She finds the kill switch, but she can't do it alone. She can reveal the truth, but people must be ready to act. The hack is coming. Get ready.
Maya stands on a makeshift stage, not a politician, but a believer. They want us to feel helpless, to believe we are too small to matter. But tonight, we are together, not divided. True strength lies in acting together, in sticking together. Every act of kindness is a glitch in their system. The hacker can show us the truth, the worker their worth, the refugee their strength, the child their hope. We all have a piece of the puzzle. When we connect, we become a movement, something the system can't control. Don't wait for a hero. Look next to you, that's your hero. It starts small, a chat, a shared meal, a peaceful protest. It starts when we stop accepting their world as the only reality. It starts when we dare to dream and build a better world together. The power is in our hands when we join them.
So, what now? We've heard the voices, seen the system's code. The system isn't broken. It was built for imbalance. Knowledge is the first step to freedom. The programmer fears our awakening, our refusal to conform. Their power is an illusion, working on our belief. When we stop believing, the code starts to glitch. Our power is the power to say no. This is a call to wake up, to see the links between our comfort and the suffering of others. Let's reject the stories that divide us. Let's embrace our shared humanity. The fight is humanity versus a profit machine. We must be the bugs, the unpredictable variables. Each of us can be a light. These aren't small acts. They are the seeds of a new world. Together, we can write a new program. For justice, for dignity, for all of us. Every day, we hope for change, for a glimmer of hope that will allow us to rebuild our lives. We have skills, determination, and a deep desire to contribute positively to our community. Yet, with these economic realities, it's hard not to feel a deep sense of unfairness. What we want is a system that values work and effort, that supports those in need, and that gives everyone a chance to succeed. People of the world, let's unite, because this is about our future and that of our children and grandchildren. By joining our voices, maybe we can raise awareness and start a movement towards a more fair future for everyone. Deep down, our only wish is to live with dignity and ensure a peaceful future for the next generations. If we do nothing, they will keep oppressing us generation after generation. Truth often hides behind the veils of ignorance and manipulation. It's important to stay informed and aware of the forces shaping our world. As individuals, we have the power to choose peace over war, justice over injustice, and love over hate. Let's grow our critical thinking and compassion to build a better future for everyone. The suffering forced upon us is a silent war, so we are at war. This world was shaped for a few, let's change it for everyone. Share this voice. Be the one who brings back light where everything seems dark. Because we are not the system's mistakes, but the new lines of tomorrow's world. Join the movement, subscribe. The world is a script, and it's time for us to pick up the pen.